everybody. Welcome in for another episode of Volkup Confidential, brought to you by Knoxville Smiles. I'm your host, Austin Price of Volquest.com. Coming up tonight on the show, Tennessee infielder Christian Moore. But before that, we get to the Volunteer Club's James Clausen. James, nice jacket. Talk to me about it.
Yeah, thanks. So it's a new deal that we've got with Home Field, which is an apparel company that has some great vintage UT.
Kind of looks like an old school starter jacket.
Yeah, so 6 times a year, they're going to do 20% off and 20% back to the Vol Club. And then every other day of the year, it's 10% off and 10% back to the Vol Club. And there'll be a unique code that's going to come out. But it's pretty cool collaboration that we're going to do with them.
So tell everybody about this specific company.
Home Field is a licensed company. They work with a lot of different schools, but they do a lot in the retro or the old school. They got a lot of cool vintage logos of Tennessee. So it's a good look, and it's a really up and coming company that does some cool stuff.
And for those people that can't see, James does have a hooded sweatshirt on, so this is not a hooded jacket.
That's right.
I'm just making people understand that they don't that they may not know. What else we got coming down the pike here? Obviously, we got March, which means the SEC tournament in Nashville.
Yeah, SEC tournament in Nashville. Barstool's going to be our headquarters there. We'll be there every single day that Tennessee plays. So we'll announce all that stuff soon, and then we'll be at every single NCAA tournament stop. Hopefully, it's 3.
Volkup Confidential is brought to us by our great friends at Knoxville Smiles. That is Dr. Malone, Dr. Costa. They provide unbelievable dentistry, and here's a look at them. Knoxville Smiles, whose mission is providing concierge-style service, top-notch technology, and relationship-based care. If you're scared of going to the dentist, the folks at Knoxville Smiles will make you feel at ease. They provide pain-free cleanings and even sedation dentistry.
What's up, C-Mo?
How you doing?
Good, man. You?
Good to see you again.
You too.
We're now into your junior year, Simo. I mean, it feels like you just got here and had that really nice freshman year and then had a fantastic sophomore year. What's this ride been like for you?
Man, it's been fun. Being here in Knoxville, playing in front of these fans each and every day, definitely been a dream come true for me. And even when I started college, my freshman year, I didn't really understand, a lot about the game, and a lot of the things that I've learned over the last couple of years have definitely helped me and put me in a good situation. And, definitely, I love winning, and I think coming to Tennessee was the right place because we love to win, and one goal is to win. So
you carry yourself with a kind of a, I won't say cockiness, I don't think that's the right word, but you have a confidence. Like, whenever you're out there, ball comes at your way, you're going to field it and get the guy out.
Mm-hmm.
You're at the plate, you're going to do something, whether it's hit a home run, double, whatever.
Right.
Where's that come from?
I think growing up in New York, having that swagger with you, and it's something that Tony V and I have talked about. Even for my freshman year, just never lose that swag. Do what you did that got you here, and carry it on and become your own person on and off the field. So I think that's something that I take pride in is walking up there with a lot of confidence and playing the game I do, the way I do.
We talk about you being from New York. We had Zakai Ziegler out here. You and he do not sound anything alike, even though you're from similar parts of the world.
No,
I mean,
for sure.
I said that to you in the complex one day, and you said, I spent a lot of time in the South playing a lot of travel ball, so I was around a lot of Southern people. Did we rub off on you that much?
Yeah, no, definitely. I was fortunate enough to play with the East Cobb Astros in Georgia for a couple summers. I went to boarding school my whole life in Connecticut, and so I think growing up there a little bit definitely has shaped, the way I talk. But I would say if you knew me about 4 or 5 years ago, I probably sound just like Zakai, for sure. So. But I guess it just, like I said, being in the South and being in different environments definitely helped me, change the voice and the slang a little bit.
You go back to your freshman year, you did a lot of DHing that year. You don't play a lot in the field. How hard was that? And then, too, since then you played second, and then this year a little bit of short. Talk about that transition.
But, to talk about freshman year, it was definitely tough, because growing up I always played shortstop. I was always, on defense and hitting. So DHing, something you have to learn. It's you hit, you sit back on the bench, and you learn how to cheer on your defense. And then, you might not hit again for 3-4 innings. Staying loose, just being part of the game as best as you can. And then going back to last year, playing second, a little bit of short this year, like I said, I mean, I grew up playing shortstop, so for me, going back over there was just like second nature. Just kind of getting the rust off from playing a lot of second base. But for me, to me, it doesn't really matter where I'm playing, second or short. The player I am and how vocal I am, I don't think it really matters because at least, a lot this year and a lot last year, I kind of control a lot of things that go on in the infield. I'm usually the loudest one out there. So for me, the position doesn't really matter too much, but I do miss shortstop a little bit.
Do you think you're the leader of the team?
I wouldn't say I'm the leader. There's multiple leaders on our team, and a lot of guys lead in different ways.
Are you the leader of the infield?
I would say me and Burke are definitely leaders of the infield. We're definitely the most vocal ones, always talking and communicating. So I think we are. Yes, sir.
Baseball, it seems like, you see kids transfer portaling everywhere, right? No matter what sport. But it feels like baseball, it's more selective and kind of you need a third baseman, let's go get this guy.
Right.
You need a left fielder, let's go get this guy.
Right.
What's that been like, as a guy who signed here, has played here all 3 years, to watch some guys come in here and have success, whether it be last year, with Griffin Merritt, or even this year with a Billy Amick?
Right. I think it's huge for our program to be able to, have that that popularity that people want to come and help us win here. Definitely picking up Griffin and even Zane last year, Maui, guys who were at other programs the year before. It definitely helped us, and, they were a big part of the reason why we went to Omaha. And, picking up Billy, Cannon Peebles this year, they work hard, man, and as you can see, Billy's off to a hot start. Cannon is off to a hot start, behind the plate and stuff. So, it definitely helps us, and, like I said, it's cool to see now that we can go out and get guys because, my first year when I was here, the program was, just the people that Tony V and Coach A recruited. Those are guys that were on the field. No one really came from the portal besides, I think, one. It was Seth Stevenson. He came from JUCO, but
yeah,
I think it's pretty cool now. And like I said, we're getting really good talent and guys who want to win and guys who want to be in better situations. And I think, man, this year can be very, very scary for other opponents. So
Todd Helton recently got voted into the Hall of Fame as a Vol baseball player, seeing only the second player in SEC history. SEC. Yeah. I mean, think about it. If you talk baseball conferences, the SEC is the premier baseball conference.
Right.
But because people either went pro, and didn't get to college, or their kind of careers haven't lapsed yet. Like you've only had two, Frank Thomas and now Todd Helton.
Right. To
see him get that kind of reward and have him be around the program some, living here in town, what's that mean to the guys on the current team?
It definitely helps us, knowing that we have a Hall of Famer just walking around sometimes. He's a really cool guy, and he definitely has his input on, certain things. I remember we were hitting the other day when he was here, when I think we had a little ceremony for him or whatever, and we were hitting on the field, and he grabbed a few guys aside and talked to them about their approach and kind of what he would feel during BP and kind of compare and contrast. So I think it definitely helps, having that other voice around sometimes. And like I said, man, he's a great guy, and for someone to be that high, caliber of a person on and off the field, it definitely, it speaks a lot of value to Tennessee and the guys that we get and the people that come through here. We're one big family, especially Tennessee baseball. We're one big family. We all grind together, and we love seeing the new generation win and succeed. So
he had the home run record. Now you've had a couple of guys get past it who are had those COVID years, had a little extra time.
Right.
You have a chance to potentially get past them this year. When you think about doing that, what's that mean to you?
I think that'd be pretty cool. A really cool accomplishment. I'm trying to hunt down Blake Burke first, and hopefully I can get that record. But I never really thought about it until this year when I would look on Twitter and see I was only like 13 or something away. And I mean, I'm not saying I'm going up there to try to hit home runs, but it would definitely be cool and something to put on like a stat sheet one day or when I'm done playing, be like, hey man, I hold the record at Tennessee. But I'm sure I can break the record and someone's going to break it right after me, just because of the guys we get and how talented this team is. So
how crazy is it that at one point he had the home run record, but also had, I believe it was 59 consecutive scoreless innings as a pitcher here?
I know. Yeah, that's insane. You know,
because everybody knows him from first base for the Rockies, right?
Right. No, I think people really don't understand how hard two-waying is. Two-way, you know, for people that don't understand, is a pitcher and a hitter. So, you know, I was one in high school, you know, but that's high school. Doing it at the SEC level and college level, playing against, you know, really good talent. I mean, that's insane, you know. And obviously he was a really good player, you know, Hall of Fame. But, I mean, that's something that I think every kid dreams of, you know, go up there, hit home runs, and strike everybody out. Kind of like a Shohei Ohtani type, you know.
Yeah, I mean, which makes his even more impressive because he's doing it at the MLB level.
Right.
What do you like most about this year's team?
I say the camaraderie this year has definitely been good for us. You know, we really do bond a lot on and off the field, and you know, just the willingness to work and compete, you know, each day. You know, I think we have a short sample size of 5 games, but you know, we opened up in Texas against really good, you know, Power 5 schools, and you know, they weren't light opponents to any means. You know, so I think the fact that we went in there on the road in Texas, you know, there's so much build up to each game. You know, you guys playing Texas Tech on Friday, like, you know, they're, you know, playing pretty much on their home turf because they play at Global Life a lot throughout the season. So I think it was good to definitely get a Friday night win. You know, Oklahoma was a really good game. You know, came down to the wire, and then Sunday, you know, we just do what we do best and hit on Sunday, you know. So, and then even coming back home against the home opener against UNC Asheville, you know, it was a close game. We only won by 1 run. So, I like the fact that, you know, we never give up in close games, and that's something, you know, you love to see early on because, you know, later down the road it's going to be the same thing.
How much do you take from that Clemson game last year in these instances early in the year, you know, kind of hanging in there when maybe you don't have your best stuff, you know, because you guys were able to overcome that and get the win on the road last year to then make it to Supers and eventually Omaha. But, I mean, how much do you take as one of those guys that played in that game, you know, to kind of draw on that, so to speak?
Definitely, you know, you get the experience of, one, being on the road in a regional, 2, you know, coming back, you know, we were down 2 in the 9th, you know, fighting and scratching, you know, to get some more runs. And, you know, we had the lead in the 9th. We were down, got, you know, Zane hit that 3-run home run that everyone probably knows about now.
Yeah.
And then we lost it. They tied it again. So I think, you know, you think about, you know, what type of games you want to be in, you know, as an athlete, and those are the games you want to be in. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, you know, and I think either way there's lessons to be learned. You know, things you could have done better. Maybe there was a chance you could have capitalized a little more with bases loaded or something. So I think for sure, man, you think about it all the time. Like, okay, if I could replay that game again, you know, is there one thing, you know, I would change or would I keep it the same? But I think that Clemson game was, I would keep it the same. I think it was pretty cool, you know, playing 14 innings on the road, you know, on their home turf, and be able to scratch and claw, like I said earlier, just to get another run, just to win the game. I think it was unbelievable. And that's something that, you know, I think this team can do for sure, day in, day out.
How different is baseball from a standpoint of, like, you know, you play college, you get drafted. It don't matter if you get drafted number 1 overall or, you know, in one of those deep rounds. Yeah. You're going to go minor league, right? Like, whereas, like, if you get drafted number 1 in the NFL, you're probably starting game 1 in the NFL or in the NBA, the same thing. Baseball, you still have to kind of work your way up. What do you think that teaches you?
For one, it teaches you how to be humble. You know, I think you come in, so let's just say, you know, you do go to college and you get drafted out of college. You know, your senior year of high school, you're the dude. You know, you're like, you know, everyone loves you. You know, you're that D1 athlete. Well, when you get here, you're right back on the bottom. You know, you're the freshman. You're the one learning again, while guys have been here for 3, 4, 5 years. You know, now. And then, you know, you get to that draft your junior year and you're the guy and whatever, and you get there and you're right back on the bottom. So it's definitely a humbling experience, and also teaches you, you know, the type of person you are, you know, because this game isn't like other sports. It's not just physical. You know, baseball is a very, very mental game, and the minor leagues will test your mental side of it. You know, taking buses 10 hours, 11 hours, having to play it and busing back, and, you know, eating peanut butter and jelly sandwiches on the road, you know, stuff like that. So it definitely touches your mental state, and I think that's why baseball is so much different than other sports, because you want to make sure that the guy you invested money into is the guy you invested money into, you know. And you see a lot of people change, you know, as the years goes on, and sometimes they could have been really good in college with a metal bat, and they might not be that good with a wood bat, or the pitching might be a little too difficult for them. So I think it's really tough, man, to be able to go through the minor leagues and get to the top. I think it's maybe, I don't know the numbers on it, but I know it's like less than 10% of people that actually make it. So that sets it all right there.
When you think about the camaraderie of the team, you talk about riding buses, but you do that a lot in college, right? I mean, when you guys are on those bus rides and you put those videos out and you guys are singing and having a good time, like, what's that chemistry like? And how much does it differ year to year?
I feel like it differs a lot year to year. But the chemistry, what it's like, I feel like, if you ever had a really close-knit family that does everything together and, loves each other, and you do anything for them. I'm with, 56 guys every single day of my life, no matter what, we show up to the yard every day. So I'm with them. They're my family while I'm here. When I go home, I see 4 or 5 of my teammates because I live with them. So I think it definitely helps you win games, and people don't understand, like, teams that are close knit and close together, you might not realize it now because it's so early in the season, but when it gets to the dog days in May and the dog days in June, when it's 100 degrees outside and you're not feeling the best, and that your teammate has you or has your back throughout through anything, it definitely does help, and it definitely makes you want to play for them and not even just yourself, and that's what good teams do, and that's kind of what winning national championship teams do. So I think it's super important for us to have that, and I think it's super fun being on a bus, with the guys, and like you said, we just try to have fun. We're guys, we're going to be guys. So
I look back to the last 2 years. 2 years ago, it was at Kentucky. Crummy weather. You guys win, I think, 1 of 2, right? Did y'all win the Sunday game?
No, we lost that series.
Did you get swept?
No, we won Friday. No,
Sunday.
We lost Friday.
Because Beam won the final game.
Oh, did we? Yeah,
the 7-inning game.
Yeah, we did.
And then you got swept last year at Missouri. Again, cold.
Yeah.
How do you avoid that this year? Because it feels like, I'm going to say the cold's your kryptonite, but at the same time, it just
right.
both series kind of not a lot of juice. Playing teams that weren't very good at the time or ended up not being very good.
Right.
How do you avoid that?
I think you just deal with it like anything else. It's not like basketball where you're in an arena and they can set the temperature at any temperature they want. Baseball is an outside sport, and we play in February and March when it's still kind of cold some places. So you just got to learn how to deal with it. It's like I said, baseball is a mental thing. It's all mental. And if you tell yourself you're not cold, odds are you probably won't be cold. But it is also an advantage for the other team too. Because I know when teams come here and we play on turf, when it's raining and wet outside, we have the advantage now because we know how our field plays. We know to slide early, do all that extra stuff. So I think for them, like in Missouri, it's cold. Basically, it feels like until like May over there because we played in like March, April, and it was 30 degrees of wind chill. So, but for them, that's an advantage, and it's our job, as a team to figure out, okay, whatever, it's 32 degrees, but they have to play the same game we do, so how do we avoid that and how do we, get a win? So I guess something I'm still trying to figure out too, because, technically I'm 0-2 in that cold department category, but I don't know.
It shouldn't be that way. You're from the north. You're used to this stuff.
I mean, to me, it isn't too bad, unless it's Missouri 32 wind chill.
The wind,
felt like 15 out there, and you can't feel your face, and you can't throw the ball. It was bad. It was really bad. I don't know why we played, but that's none of my business.
Our title sponsor here on Volkup Confidential, the great people at Knoxville Smiles, Dr. Malone, Dr. Costa. New question. You hear it every week. What makes you smile?
A lot of things make me smile, actually. My family, baseball, my friends. I think I'm a pretty happy, outgoing type of kid, so I think a lot of things make me smile. Being able to wake up every morning definitely makes me smile. Getting a chance to play the game I love every day makes me want to smile, so definitely.
Speaking of them, let's hear it from KnoxvilleSmiles.com.
I'm Dr. Mike Costa, Malone & Costa Dentistry. You can find us at KnoxvilleSmiles.com. I'm standing here in front of a dental robot. We're one of 2 dentists in the state of Tennessee that utilize this cutting-edge technology. Do you have a broken tooth, a tooth that's in pain, or a denture that doesn't fit well? Maybe you're a little anxious? You can come in and we offer comprehensive sedation services and utilize this awesome technology to give you precise, accurate care. If you think this technology can help you, visit our website at knoxvillesmiles.com. I look forward to helping you.
All right, let's talk about Walkup Song. If you had to pick your Walkup Song, you know, when you get to professional baseball, what are you rolling to? Because I know you like country music.
I do like country music.
But is that a baseball thing? You want that, or you want a different kind of genre for the Walkup Song?
I would say my genre would probably be rap if I had to pick a Walkup song.
Okay.
But I do like country before the game because for me, like, rap gets you, like, going, you know, like, gets you, like, hyped up. And I don't want to be too hyped up before a game. You know, I want to be kind of chill, mellow, relaxed. But then once, you know, I'm walking up to the plate, when I hear that song, you know, I want to feel like I'm confident. So right now, my walk-up song is South to West by Gunna. So I would have to say that would probably be my walk-up song for a while. One, because I like Gunna, and two, the lyrics in the song, there's words in there that I'm like, okay, like, yeah, like, I'm that dude, you know, like, and that's where the confidence comes in. So, yeah, if I had to pick one, it'd be that song.
I like it. Now, take us back to the country music love. Where's that come from?
I think, like I said, just being in different places, being in the South, you know, because when I first came down to the South, I didn't really like country music. I thought it was kind of weird, not gonna lie. Sorry to anybody that's, you know, loves country, but I thought it was a little weird at first. But then, just like any genre of music, it's kind of the words that they're saying and how they're saying it.
Is it you like new school country or old school country?
I'll say a little bit of both. I don't know that many old school country, and probably my old school is probably different than other people's old school.
Your old school is like 5 years ago.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But new school, definitely, you know, obviously Morgan Wallen, he's probably my favorite country singer. I pretty much listen to every song he has right now. So I think country is definitely grown on me in the last couple of years, especially now that I'm in Tennessee. So
is that grown on your family?
Oh, no. When I go home and I play country, they tell me to turn it off. Yeah, no. That's no. Not yet. Hopefully, maybe one day.
Have you got any friends want to take you to CMA Fest? Of course, you're always still playing at that point in early June. CMA Fest is in Nashville.
I've heard it's really fun. But no, I've never been. Maybe someday. I don't know, because baseball's usually be playing in June. So,
what baseball player do you look up to?
I would say Derek Jeter. Obviously, he's retired, but he's someone that I definitely try to model my game after growing up. But right now, currently, I'll probably say Acuna. You know, he's a very exciting player, and I feel like we kind of have the similar swag thing going on. You know, a whole lot of confidence going on, and you know, he's, like I said, he plays right field, but you know, I look more on the offensive side, and I think we're very similar in ways.
Ronald Acuna. I'm with you on that. I can see that. And I can see the Jeter thing just because you're a Yankee guy.
Yes, sir. I am a Yankee guy.
Being from New York. Now,
Yeah.
Old Yankee Stadium, new Yankee Stadium.
New. It is insane. It's so nice.
See, I love the old ballpark. So I hated when they went away from old Yankee Stadium.
Okay, yeah.
Fenway, Wrigley.
Granted, I've never seen old Yankee Stadium.
I'd love to go to Chavez Ravine in L.A.
That'd be nice. Yeah, I want to go to the Kansas City Royals. I want to see that fountain in the back. That thing's pretty cool. I've been to Boston.
Kauffman Stadium, huh? That was not a stadium I thought you were going to pull out.
It's cool. It's just cool looking. I've been to Boston. That wall is really high. It's hard to hit a home run out of that thing. It's really hard, especially with wood bat. No, those people, they're pretty good. Not gonna lie. David Ortiz made it look easy.
Yeah, he and Manny Ramirez.
Yeah, they make it look easy, but yeah, it's not easy at all.
What memories do you have growing up from a baseball perspective? I mean, like for me, like I can think back and it's, you know, John Miller and Joe Morgan on Sunday Night Baseball, and you know, all those different names right from the 90s. You know, what is it for you? What memories come to mind?
One memory that sticks out to me, and I want to say it was either 2016 or 2017. It was the Blue Jays versus the Rangers, and Jose Bautista hit that home run.
Yeah, that
grand slam.
mammoth shot. Yeah,
and that's one that sticks out to me. That was like, whoa, like I would probably never forget that moment. You know, I was watching it live. You know, there was like 2 hours right before that. It was kind of like the whole build-up thing, like 2 hours, and I'm like, now that I'm older, I understand, like, okay, if your defense is giving up outs, something bad's gonna happen. Back then, I didn't really know that, so I didn't really think, like, oh, it was gonna be a grand slam right here. But now looking at it, I was like, yeah, that was the perfect situation to hit a grand slam.
Clemens, Bonds, do they deserve to be in the Hall of Fame?
Yes,
I agree because I think they were both Hall of Famers before they juiced.
Yeah, and I don't know much about Clements. I mean, I know he was a really good pitcher, but speaking on Bonds, like
he has 500 stolen bases, man.
Dude, and people don't understand. Like, you still have to hit the ball. Like,
I'm with you.
That's the hardest part is hitting the ball. No matter how far, whatever. Like, yeah, you might have juiced or whatever, but that didn't really. Maybe it did help him hit the ball, but
if anything, it helped him recover quicker if he had injuries.
Yeah,
so maybe instead of 756, he's got 673.
Yeah,
whatever.
Yeah.
He still was going to be. I mean, again, he has 500 stolen bases. Right? He was a Hall of Famer before any of that ever. Any of the big home run 100%. Years.
So I don't know, man. I just
a bunch of old rider guys.
Yeah, I'm just glad I don't make that decision. Maybe one day, but right now, I'm glad I don't have to make those decisions.
Jordan or LeBron?
I'm sorry, LeBron.
Oh, he's catching up. I mean, the tally continues to. I mean, like it was like 9-5. Now it's like I think 9-7. 9-7.
And only because I'm a bit. I'll say I'm.
You're a prisoner of the
guy.
moment.
And no, I just say the game was different for Jordan. Besides the Pistons, okay, yeah, you got the whole the Jordan rule or whatever.
I'm proud that you even know what the Jordan rules are.
Like I said, my dad's a Jordan guy.
Yeah,
and we've had these debates a lot. But I think, you see what LeBron's done and
longevity, yes.
Yeah, and he's been an all-star since feels like before I was born, even though I was like 3 when he first started playing. And the teams that he's carried.
What year were you born?
2002. I think his first all-star was 2005.
3 or 4.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he pretty much got it right out of the gate.
Yeah, so 1 or 2. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even remember.
You were kicking the slats out of the crib.
Yeah, literally. But yeah, no, he's carried teams to championships, like genuine championships. And sorry, Jordan, if you ever watched this, I'm sorry, but if you didn't have Scottie Pippen, and
we've made it. If Michael Jordan's watching Volquest Confidential,
if you didn't have Scottie Pippen, I don't know how many rings you win. I'm just saying that's my debate. That's my debate. And let's be real. Who was playing back then? There was no Wimby's, Giannis's.
Yeah, there was.
Who?
There was Hakeem Olajuwon, Patrick Ewing, Charles Barkley. All these guys were just as good. They never did super teams, so they were all separated.
Okay, fair. But in my opinion, I think Giannis will dominate Ewing. Will actually dominate. First of all, Ewing can't guard Giannis.
There was Shaq.
Okay.
David Robinson.
Yeah, but I'm saying these guys
again though. But what am I saying? They're all in separate
teams.
Yeah,
that is true.
You know what I'm saying?
Like
and that's the one thing I respect about Giannis's championship. Not to get too in the weeds, is he won it with the Bucks. He didn't have to go to the Heat to go win a few. Yeah.
True. Okay.
That's why I respect Bron going back to Cleveland.
Exactly.
Right.
Winning it.
Winning it in Cleveland. Yeah. The ones in Miami are more hollow to me.
He loaded
Wade
up his
and
team. Bosh and Allen and low-key Allen saved him.
Yeah, he did.
He saved him. But Jordan got saved a lot of time.
What about football? You a football guy?
Not really. I'm not a big football guy.
So like on Saturdays over here, do you go?
Oh, of course. Of course, I'm gonna go. It's Tennessee football. That's like, if I don't go, I feel like I'm doing the wrong thing on Saturday, But no, I definitely. I was gonna say, now that I'm in college, I probably watch more.
But you're not an NFL guy, so
no, definitely not.
So you're not
NFL.
a Jets or Giants guy.
If I had to pick, I would say probably the Giants. But I'm not. No, I don't watch NFL that much. I watch the playoffs. I'm a big Patty Mahomes fan. I'm not a bandwagon. His dad used to coach me in baseball. So before people say I'm a bandwagon, his dad was my coach for 2 years. And I met Patty when he was in college still. I think he was, he might have just gotten drafted. Anyway, he came and spoke to us one time, and I was like, okay, he's cool. And then 2 years later, he won a Super Bowl. I was like, oh, nice. Yeah, so he's good. He's real good. But yeah, no, whenever he's in the playoffs, I root for him. I don't really care about the whole team thing, but for him, I want him to win and definitely succeed.
What's something most people don't know about Christian Moore?
I don't know. I feel like people only know me on the field. Like, see me as like this tough guy, this mean guy, like you said, confident, cocky guy. But I'm just a regular old dude. Just like everybody. I don't really do too much. I guess when I step between those lines, I'm a little different, but I think I'm a pretty nice guy off the field.
I agree. Like you and I never had spoke, and then I started busting your chops about wearing that Nick Chubb jersey down at the Georgia game, and then next thing you know, you're like, hey, you know. Like, so like all of a sudden it's like, you know, you engage, you know, and you know, I mean, so like, yeah, I mean, I remember that day you yelled at me in the complex, and I literally called Hubs, and I was like, I like that kid. I was like, because I was like, it takes a lot to take my ribbing when you don't know me, you know, and you just roll with it.
Yeah, that's what you got to do. I'm just a real easygoing guy.
You still dating the girl from Georgia?
I am. She's awesome.
Is she gonna wear is she gonna wear your jersey up here?
Yeah,
at the baseball game?
she actually wore it in Texas. She has her own jersey. She made it. And
who's
everything.
more serious about their girlfriend, you or Drew Beam?
What do you mean by serious?
I mean, is it getting serious?
I mean, I would say it's getting pretty serious.
Would you or Drew Beam or both?
I would say both.
Don't tell Kelly Beam.
Mama Beam. Nice to see you. That's my girl.
Don't tell Carly either.
Yeah. No, I think, I mean, I don't know. I feel like it's the same. I mean, I feel like we all have the same goal in mind. Maybe. I don't know what his goal is, but I know what my goal is. You know, I'm not speaking for him, but his girlfriend's she's a really good girl, and she's actually good friends with my girlfriend. So it all kind of works out pretty well.
What is it like, you know, when you get into the season, time demand wise? You know what I mean? Like, I mean, how much are you like kind of stretched, you know, trying to balance practice, academics, games, family, friends, girlfriends?
Now, where I'm at in life, it's probably easier than when I was a freshman.
Yeah, you've been through it.
I've been through it a couple times. But it's just learning experience, you know, and, you know, our academic advisor, Megan Anderson, shout out to her. She's a boss. She helps us a lot, you know, with being on top of your work. You know, having study hall on the road, you know, trying to clear stuff out before the weekend weekend comes around, because she knows, like, let's be real, no one wants to do homework after a Friday night game. So let's do it on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So when Thursday and Friday comes around, you can lock in and prepare for your game. So school is usually always taken care of earlier in the week, which is good. And unfortunately, my family doesn't come down that much. But when they do, you know, they understand, like, hey, he probably wants to go to bed, because like I said, I had an older brother who got drafted and played.
Yeah, CJ.
CJ. So he kind of paved the way. So they, like I said, they kind of understand. But the girlfriend, you know, she always wants to do something. So, but I really can't say no to that.
We'll get you out here on this. Tell everybody what your major is.
Retail with a minor in business. I like clothes.
Tell me that. You want to design?
So I really want to, like, start my own, like, baseball brand.
Okay.
Not like Nike or Under Armour like that, but like Marcus Stroman has this sneaker or cleat called Shugo.
Yeah.
And that's something I want to do, you know, start gloves, cleats, maybe even like apparel.
You ever went over and talked to Mark Hall at Mark Nelson Denham about just, you know?
I don't want to give any spoilers.
No, I was going to say, maybe, but he's
That's
a great
my boy.
resource.
Yeah, no, we know each other really well, and we're cooking something up. So.
All right. Stay on the lookout for that
stay on the
SEMO
lookout.
branded baseball gear.
Stay on the lookout.
Do we get free gear?
Oh yeah, no, definitely. You know, hopefully I can sponsor Tennessee baseball with everything, and you guys can have whatever you want.
Awesome, man. Well, we appreciate the time, and
Yes,
good luck the rest of the way this season,
Thank
and
you.
Good luck on that chasing down Blake Burke and chasing down the home run record.
Thank you. I'm gonna need it.
All right, that is
Yes, sir.
Christian Moore. Fantastic player, fantastic young man. We appreciate him joining us tonight on Ball Club Confidential.
Thank you.